Have no faith in the justice system at all. Anybody that I have even remotely talked to about this cannot believe it.
New at 10 tonight, a teenager threatened with a knife by her then boyfriend. A plea agreement meant 3 years of probation, but after just 6 months, the case ended up being closed.
2 News Investigates got the call from the victim's family, who says they were not even notified the probation was ending years early. Chief Investigative Reporter Wendy Halloran joins us now with more on this story.
Well, Heidi and Mark, I'm going to show you how Kolten Rose committed a violent offense with a weapon and was given a plea in abeyance, and the multiple failures of the system that allowed the case to close before the victim says justice was done. That's LaShay Mayfield. She's 18 now, but back in 2022, she was 15 and was dating 18-year-old Kolten Rose.
It's been a few years.
She tried to recount what Rose did to her.
I could feel him shaking over the top of me, and I couldn't look at him in the eyes because they just didn't have the same look. And I had looked up at the ceiling and thought that the last thing I was going to see was that ceiling.
Unable to get the words out, this is what she testified to during an evidentiary hearing for a child protective order.
He's gonna slit my throat.
1 month after the child protective order was issued, Rose tracked LaShay at a bowling alley, violating the protective order. Rose looked at his ex-girlfriend multiple times, tracking her movements as she bowled. Rose was charged with 4 counts of aggravated assault, all third-degree felonies, and violating a protective order. Rather than take it to trial, the Mayfields agreed for the DA to give Rose a plea in abeyance.
This is a plea in abeyance, so my understanding, I treat that as an agreement between the parties.
Yes, and
So the court does not intend to, and doesn't believe it can, deviate from the terms of the parties agreed to.
The agreement, Rose would plead guilty to one of the felony aggravated assault charges for holding a knife to her side. The rest were dismissed and guilty for violating the child protective order.
The 4 will be held in abeyance for a period of 36 months, during which time will be supervised by AT&T.
If successful on AP&P probation for 3 years, the case would be dismissed and the guilty pleas withdrawn.
Court to count 1 on aggravated assault and third-degree felony can be pleaded
guilty.
Just hearing those words of him saying guilty finally, she crumbled. We all waited so long for that and we fought so hard for it. And to hear he only served 6 months out of this was heartbreaking, it's frustrating, it's upsetting. It makes me so angry.
My investigation found multiple issues in the case. The first, AP&P requested Rose's probation be terminated after only serving 1/6 of the probation terms. AP&P probation officer Ricardo Pedroza and his supervisors submitted a request with Judge Amber Mettler recommending Rose's probation be terminated successfully. AP&P Chief Alex Garcia says this case is very consistent with other cases they manage.
He was violation-free and upon assessment was deemed a low risk to reoffend, and because of meeting the stipulations of the probation and being heavily engaged and violation-free, the agent deemed it appropriate to submit for termination.
The victim was never notified of the recommendation, but other parties were, including the district attorney's office. But the DA who did the agreement never responded.
So from your perspective then, AP&P did its job?
Yes.
My gut dropped. And it really was just a sickening feeling. I feel like I didn't have a thought in the moment. Everything just stopped.
This has been really hard for you.
Yeah. How am I supposed to feel protected when he only served 6 months of a 3-year agreement?
Tomorrow at 10, I'll show you what went wrong inside the district attorney's office, their response to LaShay and her family, and how they're now scrambling to make it right.